Hello guys, do you know that I was working on the project that I had to update from React Native 0.69 to 0.74.2, which is the current as today. So what I was doing is I tried to do the upgrade command. I was not helpful, not even following the official documentation and the guideline to do the migration. So I end up doing something like a step-by-step, taking all the dependencies, checking, installing one by one, and checking if it was compatible, checking the CocoaPod and the auto linking with Android was working. And then I say, oh, we have really old dependencies. So I say, what you can do when you want to check if your dependencies are old. And when I say old, it's not that you're not using the latest, because when you install it and you say, okay, add latest, you can take for granted that you will be using the latest version of it. But maybe the latest version was released like 5 years ago and it's old. So when I mean old is on that one, on time, on how long no one has been taking or maintaining it or publishing or making a new release, a security issue, performance issue. So how to check that one? And let me show you. I will go making this bigger first so you can see it. The project itself of this one, and it was this. So if you want, you know that when you want to check your dependencies, you can do npm, even bigger, npm list is going to give you all the dependencies. The production one and dev dependencies one. But the one that we care about are the production one, because that is the one that go to the server and the application that the app is using. The other is just for local environment, just for have all the team members on the same page and using the same tool. So we really care about the dependencies. You can see how many we have here. So what I'm going to do is this. If you check npm list dash prod, you will be just listing the prod ones. If you take any of them, suppose this one, because you want to get more information, you can do npm view and the name of the library. It's going to go to the npm registry, make a call, and give you some information. The only caveat that I found here is that on the published date, it's going to take just over a year ago. But sometime over a year sounds not that bad. But when you get it, when you really get inside of it, and you check it in npm, sometimes it's longer, really, really older than that, 2 years, but I found some others like 5 years, 7 years, even 8 years. So on this one, maybe 2 years is not that bad, but it should make some noise or ring a bell if it's so long and nobody take care of this library. So what we can do, what I came up with was with this check all deps. I have created a new repo. Let me show you. It's called check how old your prod dependencies are. You know that I really like the quite descriptive repo names, because as first glance you can check it and say, okay, I know exactly what is happening. Otherwise, you will have the description, so a small script to check the last published date of your production dependencies, and when they are too old, go ahead and change them. Now I'm going to show you how easy the script is and what I used them, what I used here. So you know that being a package.json is a JSON file. You can grab it. I'm using common.js because it's a .js file, so we can use the common.js module system. And the only thing we care about is the dependencies object. So we are destructuring here. So we destructure dependencies from the entire object. Then in the official documentation, you know that when you want to run a command, you can use the child process in Node and the exec specifically, the exec function. So the exec function should invoke and then get. So I took exactly this example when you have what would you like to run, and then you have the error first callback pattern, having the error, the stdout, so the output of that invocation and calculation, and then the error if something wrong happened. And then what we're going to do is something like this, because you can see that the output is really big, but the only thing that we care, you can grep and only grab the publish part of it. So if you run it, boom, you have just that one specific line, the latest one. We say over a year ago by Travis King. And perfect. You have when was the latest published, release, and who. So with that in mind, you can go ahead, since it's going to give you an object, because dependency is an object with a key value. So we have the name of the library and the version, name, version, name, version, name, version. And we're going to loop through all them and running the same command we did before. On each of them, remember, each key I call dep dependency, but it's going to be the name of the dependency. We run execute, npm view, the name of it, and from the output, grab the publish, and if something wrong happened, throw it on the console. Otherwise, show this one, I will tell you exactly what is happening. Show the dependencies, column, and how old it is. And what we're going to show is in another really important article that I found is this one, how to use colors with Node just to show on the console. So using escape characters and specific color for ANSI colors, you can do something like this. So the example you can see is X1B33M, welcome to the app. And using 33M and then resetting back to 0M is just using yellow here. But if you check on the ANSI, yellow is 33, and I will be using green. Maybe, I don't know, it's nicer for me. And it's always good vibes with the green. So, and it is the 32. So that is why we have this. This is the escape character, and then we put the color 32N, get back to the escape character, and reset back to black and white. So now just for you to know, remember that in case you want to check how outdated your libraries are, you can do npm outdated. And it's going to tell you if there is some major version change, suppose from 2 to 3, with breaking changes, with some other things. You can see that I have just one from the company, so I can take it, and it's just small, from 4.2.0 to the 4.2.1, so it's a minor release. And then if I don't know why it's red, because red is when it's really breaking change in the version. But then the other are just the one that comes by default with React Native with the new, so I'm going to leave as S. But with this, we're going to run the project. We're going to node, check, and you will see the output. If you run it, it's going to loop them, make a one call so that if one is taking longer, it's going to npm registry and get it back with all the things. That the green in place, that you can say it. So leverage API, not the leverage because it's from the company, but let's see some other. Suppose we pick React, we know that it's not that load as throttle. Suppose this one. If we pick it and we go to npm, since we're here, we can search for load as throttle. Okay. And you can see this one is 8 years old. So it's really, really old. You can check, this should give you a ring a bell and say, okay, do I really need it? Can I replace it with someone else? Something maybe written in TypeScript because my project is using TypeScript. So something more using ES6 plus feature, all the ECMAScript Next feature, the latest thing. So it would be more performant and some other things, but we can have another video about how to really pick a good library. Even you can see almost 5 million downloads weekly, but maybe because it's a pure dependency of another one, or I don't know, it's really good, the library, and it doesn't need more upgrades, but 8 years is, for me, it's too much, and you should be making some decision. So go ahead, run it on your local project, run the script. It's going to be in the index, not in the check. The name of the file is exactly the same, and take a good pick on all the one that says published over a year ago. With that one, you can take it and go ahead, check on npm, and try to see if you find something more up to date or current, more current at least, and you can replace it. If you really like it and you have no other way out, just leave it. But I think it's good to avoid that technical debt that you can get each. Okay, I hope you find it useful, and let me know in your comments if you want to check on something specific. See you in the next one, in the next video. Take care.